All right, today we are digging into one of the biggest secrets to incredible soil fertility. We're going to uncover how you can literally supercharge your soil's ability to hold on to nutrients. Think of it like giving it a much bigger, much more efficient fuel tank.
So let's start with something every single gardener has felt. You know the drill. You spend your time, your money on really good fertilizer, you water it in, you feel good about it, and then a big rainstorm rolls through. And just like that, it feels like all that goodness has just vanished, right? Your plants look hungry again, and you're just standing there wondering, where did it all go?
And this gets to the absolute heart of the matter. The problem usually isn't what you're feeding your soil, it's your soil's ability to actually hold on to that food. It's all about changing your soil from, say, a leaky sieve into a fully stocked pantry for your plants. Now, there's a scientific name for this holding power, and it's called Cation Exchange Capacity, or just CEC for short. And trust me, this one measurement is the key to unlocking your soil's real potential. It's exactly what we're going to break down right now.
So how does this holding power even work? Well, it all comes down to a kind of magnetic secret that's happening at a microscopic level right under your feet. Let's dive into the science of it, and I promise it's way simpler and cooler than it sounds.
Okay, so piece number one, we need to talk about cations. Just think of these as all the good stuff, the essential food that plants need to thrive. We're talking about things like calcium, magnesium, and potassium. And in the world of chemistry, all of these nutrients carry a positive electrical charge. Remember that, positive charge.
Now for the other side of the coin, the soil itself. The real heroes here are tiny little particles of clay and that rich, dark organic matter we call humus. So what makes them so special? Well, it's just how they're built. They naturally carry a negative electrical charge. So, we have positively charged nutrients and negatively charged soil particles. And this is where the magic happens. It's that simple rule we all learned back in science class. Opposites attract. The negative soil particles act like millions of tiny little magnets, grabbing onto and holding those positive nutrient cations.
Here's the best way to picture all this. Imagine your soil is a giant parking lot. The nutrients, all that good stuff, are the cars, and they're all looking for a place to park. Your Cation Exchange Capacity, that CEC number, is simply the total number of available parking spaces. The more spaces you have, the more nutrients can park and wait around for your plants to use them.
And that brings up a really important question. What kind of parking lot are you working with? Is it a tiny little lot where cars just drive right through, or is it a massive garage? You know, is your soil a sieve or is it a bucket?
Let's break this down. The sieve versus the bucket. Over on the left, you've got your low CEC soil. Think sandy soil. It acts like a sieve. It has very few of those magnetic parking spots, so nutrients just wash right on through. That process is called leaching. But on the right, you have high CEC soil, like a good clay soil. It acts like a bucket. It's packed with those magnetic spots, so it banks nutrients for later. That means you can fertilize less often.
And we know that clay is pretty good at holding on to nutrients, but there is an undisputed, hands-down champion in the world of CEC, and that is humus. This is that beautiful, dark, crumbly, fully decomposed organic matter, the stuff you find in amazing compost. So just how much better is it? Get ready for this. Humus has 3 to 5 times more nutrient holding power than even the very best clay. Its structure is just so incredibly complex that it creates a massive number of those negative charge sites, those magnetic parking spots. It is an absolute game changer for your soil's fertility.
And this chart just puts it all into perspective. I mean, look at sand down there. It barely even registers. Clay, yeah, it has a high capacity, which is great. But then you see humus, and it is just completely off the charts. It is truly a super magnet for all those valuable plant nutrients.
Okay, so this is all great information, but what do we actually do with it? If you've got sandy, low CEC soil, are you just stuck? No way, absolutely not. So let's talk about the practical, real-world steps you can take to build a bigger fuel tank for your soil.
And here's the beautiful part. The solution is the exact same for everybody, whether your soil is pure sand, heavy clay, or anything in between. The single most powerful thing you can do to boost your soil's CEC is to simply add organic matter. It's that simple, and it's that powerful.
So, how do we do that? Well, it boils down to 3 really actionable steps. First, add finished compost on a regular basis. That's like a direct injection of humus. Second, think about using biochar. It acts like a permanent carbon sponge in your soil, boosting CEC for hundreds of years. And third, mulch your soil. As that mulch breaks down, it slowly and steadily builds your soil's holding power from the top down.
Okay, let's pull all of this together into one big idea. Because understanding CEC, it really changes how you think about your garden. It shifts your focus from just looking for a short-term fix to making a long-term investment in the health and the actual structure of your soil.
I absolutely love this quote because it just sums up the whole philosophy perfectly. Don't just feed your plants, build the soil's ability to hold that food. Stop thinking only about feeding your plants today. Instead, focus your energy on building the soil's fundamental capacity to hold and deliver that food for the long haul.
And that brings us right back to where we started, to our main idea. Every single time you add compost, every time you lay down mulch, you are literally expanding your soil's fuel tank. You're creating more of those parking spaces, making sure every bit of fertility you add stays right where your plants can get to it. So, the final takeaway today is really a question for you. Now that you know the secret, now that you know how to build a bigger, more efficient nutrient storage system right under your feet, the only question left is, how big are you going to build your soil's fuel tank? Thanks for tuning in.